Good morning. We're starting a brand new devotional series called Sounds of the Season. I was thinking about Christmas carols recently, and I realized that almost all of them, talk about a specific sound of the season. So we're going to look at a Christmas carol each time, the origin of it, the inspiration behind it, and how we can be inspired this holiday season. This first Christmas carol is Silver Bells. It's my husband's favorite Christmas carol, and it was written back in 1951 for a movie called Lemon Drop Kid. And the duo that wrote it was nervous because the Christmas song had never made the hit list, and this duo had not had a hit in a while. So Silver Bells was penned based on a department store Santas and Salvation Army workers that rang their bells or tinkled them. And one of the wives said that tinkle wouldn't be a good word, so that's how it came up with Silver Bells. So what about these bells? Well, in history, they were rung to keep away evil spirits, and then later they were incorporated into the Christmas holiday. But bells are mentioned in the Bible way back in the Old Testament in Exodus 28. Very elaborate and detailed instructions were given to the priest to wear bells and pomegranates around the bottom of their robe. And that way the bells would be heard ringing as the priest entered the holy place so that they wouldn't die. So nowadays, bells are used to let people know that we're coming or going, like doorbells or bells in department stores when you exit or enter. And think about the bells on these robes of the priest. They were heard by the priest himself when he walked. They were heard by the people near the priest, and they were heard by God himself. And there was stiff punishment for not wearing them. The bells assured the priest that he was in obedience. It assured those that were waiting on him that the priest was still alive. And the bells were alternated with pomegranates, fruit. So in Exodus 29, it says they were both worn for ministering. In Silver Bells, you can hear the lyrics, city sidewalks, right? Dressed in holiday style, and on every street corner you hear, silver bells, not gold. And the silver bells, when heard by shoppers, reminds us to give and that Christmas is near. So I think you can agree that today they're joyful bells, ushering in the joyful season of Christmas. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. So let's go back to the priest for a minute. In the New Testament, we are called priests before God, but we're not required to sow bells and fruit and wear a robe to enter the holy place. But we are required to wear a robe and to bear fruit and to be pleasing to God. In other words, there was one that was pure in heart and integrity and sacrifice for us, so that we no longer have to wear bells or wait outside on another, but we can enter ourselves into his presence and find grace and mercy. And since bells and the sound they were made were a call to worship, to holiness, the joy of the season, when we hear this song, Silver Bells, this season, we're reminded of what Christ did for all of us when he gave us his life. It's Christmas time in the city, and soon it will be the day that many wait for all year long. Because of the lights and the sounds and the giving and the receiving, it sounds like a party that no one wants to miss. Christmas. When I was a kid in elementary school, we pinned jingle bells on the bottom of our clothes, and the more we pinned, the louder we announced we were in the hallways. I remember it as being one of my most fond memories. So what are we announcing, and what are we wearing, and what are others hearing when we exit our homes and hit the city sidewalks this season? I hope that it's silver bells or golden bells that we ring that cause others to want to follow, because soon it will be the party of all parties when Christ returns. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring? Makes me smile just thinking about the bells and the sounds that are pleasant to the ear in rhythm and cadence as the call to come and see and celebrate the joy that comes from being clothed in his grace, no longer afraid of death, but only having the hope of life.